Hey guys, welcome back to Mind Pump TV. I'm your host, Reen Wilkin. In this video, I'm taking you through an ankle mobility flow sequence. And this is a great sequence. I've used it myself many times as well for my clients. It does help improve your ankle mobility and range of motion. And if you guys want more information on mobility in general, make sure you check out the link below. Adam has a great free webinar he did all about mobility from head to toe. So check that out and let's get started. All right, you guys, to start your ankle mobility flow, you're gonna begin barefoot. We're gonna go ahead and rock from the toe box back to the heel. And you can hold on to something to do it. So just make sure that you create some balance as you're doing that. So what I want you to do is try to splay your toes wide on the floor and then go ahead and come up onto the balls of the feet as high as you can to that plantar flexion. Then drop back down, glide it back and lift your toes and your foot while you're on your heels. So dorsiflexion, right? So when we're talking about ankle mobility, we want to be able to not just dorsiflex, guys, to improve our squat, but also have the capability to come into plantar flexion like that, which I'll take you through a couple other movements as well to demonstrate that. But this is just your warm up, waking up the feet and getting ready for your flow. Next movement we're gonna do is stretch out the bottom of the foot and also the top of the ankle. So I'd like you to do is come onto your knees here into a kneeling position, tuck your toes under, try to splay them wide, you guys. If the shape of your foot won't allow you to tuck your baby toe under, you can go ahead and slightly rotate the ankle out to get all of your 5 toes to tuck under if possible. From that position, gently sit back. Now, if you need some assistance, right, we have this right here to help us. Wherever we can go, everyone's different with the tightness in their foot. We can sit back. Hopefully, we can come back here over time with practice. Now I'm stretching the bottom of my foot in that dorsiflexion. I'm gonna go ahead and take into plantar flexion. Untuck, come back. Now use this if you need it, but sit back onto the heels if you can to stretch the top of the ankle. If you need more, go ahead and come back with your hands, allowing your shins to just stay on the floor. You're just weighting the top of the ankles here. Then you'll come back through. You can use that again to come back up if needed. Tuck the toes under and sit back. So you'll go back and forth, dorsiflexion and point to plantar flexion, okay? So this is part of the warm-up still before we get into really creating more mobility and range of motion. All right, you guys, now we're ready to add rotation to our ankle joints. Remember, rotation in a joint for mobility does add range of motion over time, right? It sends the signal for range of motion. So because we have multiple joints in the ankle, we are gonna start here. I want you to grab onto your leg like this. You're gonna grab onto your shin with your other hand. Now, you can do this seated on a chair. But what we're gonna do is draw the foot up off the floor. Now we're gonna focus not on the shin bone moving. We want the subtalar joint to do the rotation. That's one of the joints in the ankle that we wanna work. So let's go ahead and lock this guy into place, fingers on the shin. From here, I'm gonna go through dorsiflexion here, taking the toes out, going down into plantar flexion and around and then back up. So the movement comes from the ankle. Now, for some of us, like me, my toes want to help out quite a lot. So I'm trying to make it all about the ankle rather than the toes. Right there, that's my sticky spot. And coming back, let's go the other direction. Shin stays in one spot, take it in and down and around. And you can imagine you're drawing a circle with your big toe. Take it down, in, and around and all the way at the top. All right, you guys, now we're gonna start to apply pressure and ramp up some intensity in an isometric exercise. This is part of the FRC method, the Pails and rails. So for the ankle, the dorsiflexion, what we're gonna focus on is increasing that. So all of you that wanna increase your squat depth, your pistol squat, you need to do more knees over toes, right? We want to increase that angle for you to get the depth in your squats. So what I want to do is set up maybe with a wall, something that I can hold on to. I'm going to focus on my front leg here. My toes and my knee are going to be in line. So make sure as you're doing this, you guys, you're not rotating out. This is a modification for a combat stretch, okay? So when you guys are in combat, maybe it's a little hard for you to get on the ground. We're going to start here. I want you to go into a bent knee, soleus stretch with the front leg. Now the back leg, don't worry about that. You can go ahead and lift that heel in this version. I want you to hold passive stretch here. You can go 1 to 2 minutes, breathing. We're not pushing into the ground just yet. Just hold the position. You want to feel all this tissue back here stretching. And remember, the heel stays on the ground. That's the rule, guys. Heel does not lift. So pretend I'm holding this for 1 to 2 minutes. Then what I'm going to do is actually use my soleus and my gastroc, my calf muscle, to push and pedal my foot down to the floor. So here I go. I'm going to imagine pushing down and pedaling, ramping up 10%, 20%, 30%. Slowly count to 10. You can do your max effort. Now at 10, you're gonna stop pressing down, then you're gonna allow your shin to help pull you forward, your tibialis, your shin muscle, pulling you deeper into that dorsiflex position. You can even think about lifting the toes, getting that shin muscle to be active in that position, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the range you just created, stay in it, hold it. Passively just hold that and breathe, okay? So when you guys are holding this passive position, belly breath. Try to relax into that new range that you've created. And that over time is gonna help you guys increase your squat depth, increase your dorsiflexion. All right, you guys, now we're gonna mimic a squat. Now, if you're working on your squat depth, hold on to an object to help you get into that depth and also activate when you're there. Let's go ahead and come on down. I'm gonna lightly hold this squat rack. And remember, we just focus on knees over toes. So encourage that with your heel staying planted on the ground. Now, wherever you can go comfortably, lean a little bit forward. You're gonna feel that shin muscle pull you forward even more. Remember, knees over toes, heel stays on the ground. You can hold here and breathe. Think about activating the front of that shin in that position so you can really feel that connection to your ankle mobility. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video of the ankle mobility flow. Don't forget to throw this mobility flow into any day you guys are doing lower body exercises, your squats, your pistol squats, your lunges. It will help you, and if you do it frequently, it'll improve your ankle mobility over time. Don't forget to also sign up for Adam's free webinar all about mobility. He goes from head to toe, takes you through an entire mobility routine. The link is in the description below, and we'll see you soon.